So then it comes down to, okay, trying to not incentivize, but build a stronger connection with individuals, understanding your fans better, understanding the demographic of fans, the geography of your fan. And that all ties back in from sort of the direct revenue that you would contribute towards that club, but also all the sort of indirect partnerships and commercial sponsorships that sit behind some of these deals.
And what kind of data? Because there's clearly the transaction of I bought a ticket, so you've got data. But what sort of data are football clubs looking at collecting? What they wouldn't traditionally have collected before, I guess, and what they're now looking at collecting.
And I think with the movement of tech and things becoming far more accessible for a lot more people. So when we talk about these things, it shouldn't just be profiled for the big six clubs in the Premier League or in the big five leagues. That this is accessible to most clubs now, from all leagues. It's understanding how you're interacting with the club at all levels. So yes, you talk about a ticket, but actually, are you buying hospitality? Do you ever buy hospitality? Have you ever upgraded? Or are you always sitting in the same seat? Do you ever resell your ticket? Who are you reselling your ticket to? What merchandise have you bought? When was the last, what's your average merchandise spend? Do you buy any food and beverage when you attend a game? What time do you enter the stadium? What time do you leave the stadium? So these are all different data points. What content are you looking at? Are you looking at it on your phone? Are you looking at it on your computer? What is it? What specific content is it? Is it a player that you're looking at? Is it actually, looking at the history of the club or whatever it might be? So there's data all over these different points, and they're all kind of individual data points that you then want to aggregate into a single view, because then all of a sudden I can start understanding your thought processes and how I can then encourage you to, I come to a game, or upsell you something or whatever it may be.
And do they look at, because we were talking about obviously this kind of expansion of what experience means. So if you take some of the new stadiums that are being built, like we were talking about Birmingham City earlier, that they've built a stadium, but they're building a concourse and they're building stuff around it. And it's that dwell time of keeping people as close to the stadium as possible. So is there a world where they start to collect data points from these other places around and start to build that profile?
And yeah, that's a really interesting point. So a lot of this data, unfortunately, has to be, because of GDPR and personal security, has to be anonymized. But we have done this with other clubs.